They say seven. They say 7 rings before you get a contact. So think about that. That's the average.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have
Oh
to
wow.
keep.
Okay.
That's part of anything. I mean, you could get them first try. You could get them after 14, right? But you just
Yeah.
got to keep calling until you get a hit. I mean, the old company that we are from,
Yeah.
we only got depending on if you had a cool manager, but I didn't. I only got leads every 2 weeks, and there were like 30 leads, right? So you had to just keep hammering, hammering,
Pounding.
hammering, right? So the nice thing is there's more control here, right? So you can kind of dictate your amount of calling that you want to do. There's call tools where they just automatically do it for you, or there's like more, aggressive leads that are more expensive, but you don't have to call them as much. So it just depends on your strategy.
All right, guys, we're gonna get started. Welcome to the Agent Q&A. You got your main host, John. We got a special guest. Joanne's not in.
Fill in.
Fill in. You're well. Anything new you want to address? Anything, what's happening?
Yes, we actually have a couple things. I mean, for just a quick reminder, we do have our own boot camp. We've been working on, we're trying to revitalize it. We're just working on some back end stuff to make sure that goes smoothly. We're going to always kind of update it.
Yeah.
So just to keep it fresh, things are always changing, especially on the lead side. So make sure that is updated. So, if you guys have new agents or if you are a new agent, I suggest hopping onto that.
And where do we get that?
It should be in your welcome email, but we can put out. It should be. I should make it more accessible for sure.
Okay.
Might be in our bio on Instagram. I'm not sure, but we'll have. Is Sam on here? I don't think Sam's on here.
No.
Linda, do you have the link for the boot camp? Okay, that's fine. I'll send it out to you guys. But yeah, just put in the group me right now, just so I remember. Hey, what's the boot camp? But most people should have it because it's in everyone's welcome email. The link to it. Another thing is we are working on an onboarding video for new agents that come on. It's going to be super helpful to send that to them so that you're not having to handhold them through the onboarding process to, get them contracted, getting the E&O, getting the money laundered. Like we're going to try to cover everything involved with getting people from, just finishing their license to, being able to run business, just to make sure you guys have that. So that's going to be a good resource.
The biggest thing with that, just to add on, it's worded step by step, but we still get a lot of calls of the same issue.
Yeah.
And so this time now it's going to be with the video. They can see what's happening. They can go follow it. Common new agent, not a mistake, but an issue would be they're too fearful of making a mistake.
For sure.
That they're waiting on the next page and it says, what do I do now?
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I don't like to, I get paralysis from analysis of, I don't want to mess this up, especially when it's something that is serious, like, making money, your job, licensing, certifications, courses. Like, I'm like, dude, I don't want to, get this wrong. Then when push comes to shove, I get sued, whatever it may be. It's just, people that overthink like myself, like a lot of people are going to be a little bit apprehensive, but yeah, it's going to be a good resource. It's going to be like a screen record too. You're going to have all the cues there to make sure that, you guys know what you're doing. We're going to try to keep it updated because we're always coming out with new software, new platforms to get people kind of contracted fast. So yeah.
Awesome. Anything else?
No.
I like that.
I think so.
Yeah. So mainly just the website. We'll probably get the bootcamp link on the Elite FFL website if it's not on there yet. We're still working on with Andres on that.
Yeah. We still got to figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We're fielding questions. So go ahead and fire away.
How do I go about getting National Life Proof, FNG, and IUL Express? Is that through my upline or is that something I could do on my own?
Okay. Sorry, you probably watched FFL AMS last week, right? You heard about the NASA?
I don't know if I saw that one.
Okay. So what is your intention first? Let's start with that. So it seems like you want to get into the FFL, the advanced market sales, correct?
Just I want to try to focus on not focus on, but I want to start learning more and writing IULs.
Okay. So in the NASA is more about annuities. To
okay.
answer your IUL Express is done through Mutual of Omaha.
Okay.
So once you've already gotten approved with Mutual of Omaha and you have an agent number, you could write an IUL Express.
Okay.
So this is the simplest IUL where it doesn't require an illustration. So you could just download, if you haven't so far, download the Mutual of Omaha app on your phone on App Store,
Okay.
Google Store. It's going to be called Quotes for Sales Professionals. Or you could just type Mutual of Omaha. You'll see it. It'll say Quotes for Sales Professionals.
Okay.
That's how you would quote. You can quote for our main products in there: Living Promise, Children's Whole Life, Term Life Express. Then you will see Index Universal Life Express, IUL Express.
Okay.
That is the quoting tool for an easy solve. So when you go to mutualofomaha.com and you do an application, it's going to ask you, do you want to do easy solve or no solve? The easy solve that you quoted with the app, it's streamlined. You can go up to 300,000, no physical exams, approved on the spot, no illustration needed.
Okay.
Now, if you want to go into an illustration type base of an IUL, look up our YouTube shorts. We put up an IUL training in there.
I think Albert sent me a couple of them. I've watched one. I've got a couple others that I've got to watch.
Yeah, so there should be some IUL 101s. And then to answer your question on the FNG side, you need an application to get contracted with FNG. You want to email Joanne. Yeah. So once you do so, because we have the advanced market sales, fflams.com is going to be your main resource. FFLAMS, if you haven't done so, you get a registered account once you get an Athene producer number. Athene is to get the annuity contracts.
Okay.
In the meantime, if you don't have that, you can do an Ask a Specialist. We try to make it simplified for our agents to just get in front of our clients. You let us know how much is their budget, what they're looking for. Are they looking for growth? Are they looking for a death protection? We'll help you out with it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Good start. Good niche in there. Yeah, just understand, I mentioned this before, if you're going to get into IULs, the issue with IULs, if you're going to do big policies, you're going to run into a lot of like fully underwritten applications, and they're going to take you 2 to 3 months to pay out. Okay. Yeah. So you want to you can, once you have a book of business and referral business to keep that going, but I wouldn't recommend you starting that as a brand new agent, because you're going to have a gap in your lead flow, your income flow. So I would say get into the lead system, get into continuous business, and then add that on top.
Okay.
Do you have WinFlex?
What was that?
Do you have WinFlex?
I would doubt it.
Or not yet?
So.
Okay. Yeah,
No.
he's got it. Yeah, I would. That's a really easy tool to, quote people, put in all their information. And there's plenty of trainings online as far as getting WinFlex, especially for Mutual of Omaha. We also have, that training too.
Yeah.
So it's just called WinFlex?
WinFlex
yeah.
Web. WinFlexWeb.com. This is a website where you can actually, for all your carriers that you have with the advanced market to run an illustration, you can add those carriers, and you can just instead of going to individual carrier websites for illustrations, it's a one-stop shop for illustration creation.
Yeah, it's
Oh, really?
Yeah, it gets a little bit. You want to take it step by step, learn about what IUL does, and then if you want to learn how to do illustrations, we'll get into that afterwards. But yeah, there's a training on that on our website.
Okay.
Yeah, there's stuff on YouTube too. Like how I got signed up with it is I just went on YouTube, like WinFlex, Mutual of Omaha, and there's a guy with like, what's that guy's name? Do you even know? There's this guy with like long hair, and he just explains you how to like sign up. I think I sent it to Linda too when she was started. And it he just shows you how to get signed up and everything. And then we made a video together as far as like how to quote people, different scenarios. So just if you put all those things together, you should be good to go.
Cool. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'd like to add something if I can.
Please.
So with the being a new agent, I basically had a warm market. And so when I was signing up the IULEs, they were very easy, very, very simple and to the point. Of course, I still needed help. But lately I've been doing in the kind of like in between, like some I keep wanting to say
Referrals?
long forms, but I've been doing like
Fully underwritten?
the fully underwritten ones, and they are taking a lot longer. You're right, because they have to call the actual applicant. They have to do a lot of medical questions and things like that. However, it's a great way to learn something new. I'm really excited about it because, like you said, there's a limit of 300,000 for the IULE. And so for income building, a lot of people that I talk to are interested in building income, especially young people. I talk to them about that. And so with that, it's a great tool to use because you can kind of guide it based on what they want to pay monthly. And for the young people that I signed up, I did something a little bit more creative, which I like to do. I'm kind of a creative person. So they were young and they didn't have a lot of debt. So we created $77 a month payments, but they're going to, as soon as we get them in their contract or seal the deal, then they're going to be overpaying about $200 a month, which is what they could afford.
Correct.
And so that is a way to do the IUL based on when we send them a video and it talks about how they can use it as selling and as income building and things like that. I was finding that that one was more accurate in what I've learned about IULs and the difference between just a regular insurance policy and that. So I'm really excited about it. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, Linda, you got to make some calls. You got to call. You got to do some
You can't
easy
wait on
apps
that
as
sale.
well. Yeah, you
just
can't
to,
wait
just
on
to
it.
add to that. So your target market is going to be the 25 to I would say 40 years old, healthy clients that'll pass a physical, young clients that can put in the compounding interest in the years. But understand, okay, so you pay $77, they're paying 200. You're thinking it's 200 a month, 2,400 AP. No, you're only going to get paid on the 77, which is the target premium.
Exactly.
So this is the IUL on a fully underwritten application, gets the clients the best deals, the best rates, the highest compounding interest rates, but it doesn't pay you as high, okay, compared to an IUL Express, because you are providing them a better service, better quality, better product. It's lower comp. So,
And you run into the cash flow issue of the delayed payout, which isn't the end of the world, but just keep that in mind.
So you want to make sure you either do multiple sequencing volumes to keep your flow going, or you supplement that with the regular final expense mortgage protection leads that we have.
Yeah. So that was my big thing. I also have a question with Athene.
Yes.
I have a client that I wrote an annuity on, and she still is not able to put her signature to it. We've been able to connect her deposit as far as her bank account and everything, but her final signature, my signature has been accepted, but hers she cannot. So she printed out the application and signed it manually, but when I called Athene, they said she should not be having a problem. So I kind of need help with that.
Okay. Bring that up. Albert and I can help you, but let me expand on it and how an application works. So once you're logged on with FFL AMS, they use this thing called Firelight. Okay, because on an annuity application gets a little tricky. There's a lot of options to making mistakes, a lot of variables. So what they do is instead of submitting the application directly to Athene, you do this Firelight app, you do and submit the application without the client's signature to FFL AMS first. They'll scrub it. They'll make sure that it'll pass suitability. They spit it back to you. Then you get the client to sign on it, right? So that part, maybe there was some missing key part where once they finished, then you do an email signature with the client. That should work. But if so it's the variable of you not sending it or the variable of them not being able to open the email. But if you haven't sent it, then it could be that issue.
Yeah, what I did, they walked me through it, Athene, one of the representatives, and basically everything was spot on because I did the class and everything. So they said everything is good. So she should be able. We don't know why she's not able to do that. So
are you looking at a PDF or are you looking at the app? And then
PDF.
Okay, so it's not. So you're not. They're telling you what they fixed on the PDF. You have to email, not the PDF, email the app itself after you made the corrections.
Say it again.
You have to email the application for email signatures. Are you using the Firelight app at all, or were you using that theme?
Yeah, under our company, FFL.
Do you
So
know
I've,
if
I've
it's Firelight or no?
I
We'll have
believe
Albert.
so.
We'll
That
have
sounds
Albert
familiar.
speak to it. Because what you're
Okay.
doing, you might be just forwarding the PDF instead of clicking on the application itself saying email signatures.
I have
That
to
should
look
be an
at.
easy fix.
Okay, cool.
Have Albert check on that. It should be an easy fix.
Okay, because I have like I think two or three more
Nice.
annuities coming up next month, and so
Your
I
first
kind of want to.
application gets a little tricky.
Yeah.
So it's not a normal thing compared to a final expense, or it's not even it's totally different compared to a life insurance application. When you do a life
Exactly.
insurance application, you finish the application, you get the clients to sign, boom, it's done. Right? With an
Yeah.
annuity, you do an application, it needs to pass suitability, right?
Yeah.
Suitability means Athene approves the policy, then we request the funds to get funded. So
Yeah.
what FFLAMS is doing is it's creating a lot of breaks and a lot of issues when you submit the application, submit it to Athene. Athene spits back and says your suitability didn't pass. So they're stopping
Yeah.
it in between. They want to fix the suitability issues with FFLAMS, tell you what to correct on the application. You go back on the regular application because you didn't submit it yet. You edit those, send it back to them. Now it's fixed. Then you send it to the client to sign. So I think that's where you're.
Yeah, because actually, the first annuity I did was I think it was like a $40,000 annuity, and once I watched the videos and looked at the suitability, it was not suitable because the client only had it for maybe 2 years. And so he hadn't seen any growth. So he was concerned with that. I thought it would be a great idea to do a rollover. I had no idea that it was already in an annuity. He just said it's in a savings account. Yeah. So, and then of course, Athene offers a bonus, a signing bonus or deposit bonus. And that, yeah, and it just wasn't enough to cover what he would lose. So
correct.
That was a great learning lesson to definitely do your homework.
That's part of the suitability. Let's say you have money, you can't put in more than 50% of your total income. You have to be partially liquid. You have to have 50% liquidity. If it's a money coming into an account that is not able to be transferred in that situation, the client's money was already under a contract. So for you to break that contract, there would be surrender charges. So it didn't pass suitability because on suitability issues, it has to be a better situation for the client to be approved, and it wasn't.
Exactly.
There's also situations where the clients have a money on their current work, and they can't take it out because they're under 57, they're under 59 and a half. It's going to lose. They're going to get taxed. They're going to get penalized. It's not going to pass suitability. So these little things, you as a brand new agent may not know. That's why FFLAMS is going to push that in first. So we'll continue to work on that. So it's learning lessons after a year, after a couple more apps, you'll get there.
Yeah, and it was such a good thing because it strengthened the relationship between me and that client because I ended up signing him up for an IUL.
There you go.
And so he was excited that I didn't put him in the wrong thing. So it kind of let him know that I did my homework.
Yes.
And so I told him, we'll look at it. Once I look at every year, I told him every year or every 3 months, I'll reach out to him to make sure that, he's overfunding and he's doing what he needs to do to see a good return for the IUL.
And you maintain that relationship with that client. Wait till the application or the policy's out of contract, and you can still move that. So.
Yeah, and I noticed that with this particular client, he signed his brother and his father, like one of my first applications.
There you go.
And so just reaching out to him, he had a question about an IUL. He's like, Linda, I looked into
there you go.
an
now
IUL.
You're the insurance lady.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think that's
go ahead. Sorry.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. So that's all it is. When you're providing a service and you're building value to yourself with the client, and you are intently letting them know that it's in their best interest, they feel great about you and your service, they're going to tell the world about it. So whether
That's
it's a
the
sale now or a sale in the future, that's the opportunity right there.
Yeah. And I feel like, this industry is super exciting because my initial draw to the industry was just continually making those calls and getting people connected. But at the same time, now I'm just like, you know what? I think I want to grow into a financial advisor, So
Yeah, find your niche. So look into what out of all the activities that you're doing, which of that activity, between 10 to 20% of that activity is yielding you the most results, right? And then do more of that. Okay.
Yeah.
You got some
80,
referrals
20
out of
rule.
that.
Yeah. 80-20 rule.
Yeah,
the
no,
Pareto
it's
principle.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm just super excited. Now I have an agent a lady getting ready to become an agent, taking her test. And then I have one already, Timmy, and she had an emergency today with her husband's surgery, but we're going to start doing calls together on Mondays. And looking at the video with you guys and Misha the other day, I think I'm definitely going to look at it as taking the whole day like work. Like, in other words, let's do 8 hours and of calls. So I'm nervous, but I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to be comfortable about being uncomfortable.
Awesome.
That part.
But our topic, we had a staff meeting about attention spans, where people pay attention to. And I used that line before, it really makes a difference. Like Instagram, TV, social media, the movie theaters, the freeway, there are ads everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
So literally people are paying for your attention.
100%.
So you got to make sure you pay attention to what you're paying attention to. Where are you focused on? Okay. Are we wasting time on social media, or are we using social media to gain us attention?
Yeah.
Right. So, and then what type of attention do you want? Are you getting attention about your business, or just, your life? And how can you monetize that? Okay. Because, like, look at Twitter, right? With Elon Musk. What's happening is he's created a lot of good or bad attention with Twitter right now.
Both.
People are talking about him. People are talking about Twitter. Okay.
Yeah.
And why did he buy Twitter? Is he losing money? Is he making money with Twitter? Right. Yeah. So all these things, but what was the initial program of Twitter? Is to create groups. And then once it created a great platform, they wanted to monetize it. They put in ads, and to make the ads generated and to make the ads more content, it needs more people paying attention to it.
Yeah. Or else it's not as valuable.
Exactly. That's what these ads are. Social media, people with 1 million plus followers, they start getting sponsored ads saying, hey, say something about us. You have a lot of followers watching you. Say something about us. We'll pay you. And then they can monetize it enough, or they can retire off of it, or they can quit their day jobs off of it.
Well, I mean, sales and marketing, that's all we're doing, right? We're converting, we're trying to generate attention, and we're trying to convert that attention, right, into transacting. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we all have to be mindful that we're in the attention getting business. We're not in the know your product, 100%. And because at the end of the day, that information's, you got your friends, you got your managers, you can hit up anybody and they'll help you out with the product. But the one thing that we're all here for, me as the marketing guy here for Elite, and then you guys as the agents, is we're here to get attention. We're here to get attention, and once we get that attention, we're here to do something with it. So just keeping that in mind is super important.
Yeah. Get attention and attract something with that.
I heard a guy.
More sales. Go ahead.
I heard a guy say that he responds to Twitter in ways where he would get attention, like negative attention, just so he can get people to click on and get more followers. He said, I just shoot out something stupid, and then people attack me. He goes, but I'm okay with the attacks because it brings about a lot of people following me. So I'm like, wow.
Algorithm. It pushes the algorithm. I mean, that's even with my podcast. I have my own podcast. Like that's a lot of what we cover certain like we'll do the whole podcast, which is like an hour, 2 hours, but then we'll take out the thing that we feel like is going to be more controversial, or maybe we'll get hate for it, or like we'll talk about a taboo topics to where like I know that these things out of the podcast are going to generate views. So then I'll clip it up and then I'll post it. And, that's a strategy within itself, but we're not doing it in like we're being inappropriate, showing something that we shouldn't be showing. It's just, you got to read the pulse of what's going on right now. Everything has to be politically correct. Everyone's scared to say the wrong thing. Everyone's scared to do the wrong thing in front of people. But for me, I'm comfortable making mistakes. I'm comfortable saying the wrong thing in front of people. So I'm trying to leverage that into creating content that is going to make people maybe angry. It's going to make people maybe uncomfortable, going to make people think a little bit. And then when they comment, what's going to happen is that them commenting is going to push the algorithm. It's going to, them liking is going to push the algorithm, them rewatching it, trying to analyze what they're going to attack me for. That's going to push the algorithm. So, everyone has their own strategy of how they want to do things. But the thing is, everyone has the power and everyone has it in themselves to be authentic, because when you're authentic and genuinely say what you want, then most of the time people are going to resonate with that. And people are going to feel like, yeah, I like this guy. Or, yeah, I like this girl. I like what she stands for. She's saying something that, maybe other people are scared to do. But you know what? She took a chance and she said something, and, she has balls,
Yeah, I like that. She has balls.
I mean, who knows now? We live in an interesting world. I don't want to turn this into my podcast, but, who knows? Are balls exclusive to women? Who knows? I don't know.
No.
I believe it was Eric Wright that said all press is good press.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I don't have my video up. I still sell cars. I work for a predominant dealership in St. Louis.
Okay.
And what I've been doing a lot lately, because it's obviously slow season, just trying to drum up my own business. I do a dad joke about every other morning. Just put it on everything from Facebook, I love that. Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube. I've got on YouTube total views. I've got a little over 100,000 views. I've got awesome. Facebook is, doing their thing, but it's literally just getting it out there. And every other video or every 3 videos, I just make sure there's a car in the background or something like that, just so that way it's subconscious. Because at the end of the day, you don't think about those every day, but whenever they do, they're like, you know what? There's this leprechaun on Facebook that, man, he always has something to say. Oh yeah, you guys can't see me. I'm very, very redheaded.
So Jeremy, that's awesome. A great thing. So I think
we were just talking about that.
Yeah,
like we're talking about how like skits. You don't have to make it. You don't have to make every piece of content transactional. You just put some out there.
A little bit of a product placement.
Yeah, make it a little subtle. I mean, in the NBA, they got the advertisement on their jersey. Like it's not the whole jersey. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little logo right here.
Yeah. So Jeremy, so now you know your marketing. You know how to make ads now. So you stepping in. Let's ask a couple of questions about you. How long have you been in insurance?
Like a week. I just passed my test last Sunday.
Congratulations.
Haven't done anything. Thank you. First one and done. So that's pretty cool. Pierce has definitely helped me out, and Trish as well has helped me out a lot along this path just to get here. And now I'm just really pumped to be able to get involved. I've got a lot of friends. Selling the cars that I sell. I make a lot of acquaintances with people that have more money than they need. And so luckily that has put me in a position where I have a lot of people asking me about IULs, asking me about whole life. And I don't really fully understand what's going on, but this is definitely here in a couple of weeks. I'll understand a lot better, and I'll be able to really hit the ground going with this.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congrats. So we have a lot of ex car people that are really high up in the company. What's his name?
Matt Smith.
And we have another. We have more. We have what's the guy that came here? The black dude with the shorter guy. Man, you're killing me right now. Help me out.
Misha was.
Dave
Misha was.
Dave Witcher used to be.
Say it again. Oh, and Dave Trisha. Witcher. What am I saying? Trisha too. Trisha's a killer. She used to do cars.
It's okay. Don't bring it up. 22
She was a star. She was known in St. Louis for being the car lady. That's
Yeah.
what that's what
Knows
she
one
told
of
me.
my finance
That's what she told
managers,
me.
too.
There you go.
I got a phone call this morning from a Bonarito store that was like,
Just
"Do
mention
you
your
need
name.
to call such and such and get them to do a loan?" And I'm
He
like,
said,
"Hey,
this guy is a car dealer.
That's funny.
hey, handsome, how you doing, Mr. Misha?"
Good,
Um,
Trisha, how you doing?
Good, so blessed.
Good. I like that.
Man, I'm so excited about Pierce and Jeremy. Seriously, you know how like you get a couple,
This
like
guy
you know what I mean,
just
like
a
you
week
know what I mean, you just like
past his test.
their personalities are so spot on. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I'm just
Yes.
excited about them, and I'm really trying this year
Just put it
to
to-
hire people that
Yes.
are really excited about social media, so it'll make me look like I have a big social media presence.
There you go. That's a hack.
Well, see, so
Hey, Linda, your camera, your mic is on, so when other people talk, it cuts them off. Just be mindful of that.
yeah, you
No,
might
It's
no,
not a big deal.
when
Just be mindful
want you
of that.
guys to hear all our secrets.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I don't want to hear y'all secrets.
Trisha,
Right.
we're gonna
Go
get you on social media this year.
Oh no, I know. Like I know.
Yeah, but think of it this way: if you feel that that's one of your weaknesses, right?
Oh,
it
it
takes like
is.
10 times effort to increase your weakness, but it's like you could double or triple your work when you increase your strengths. So use them, brainstorm, do a lot of little things, and then at this point, instead of you creating the content, all you have to do is plug and play and follow what Jeremy and Pierce is doing for you. Right? Same thing to them. Instead of them learning a lot about the IULs, they can plug and play with all the little things that we can help out and you can help out. And then we want to just focus on specifically, let's get in front of clients, let's sell them, let's find people that wants this. Same thing in your situation. Let's attract more people within your area that with your social media, that's going to get us more people coming into the insurance industry. So it's going to be a win-win.
Well, also, what happened to? I thought you and Bailey were gonna work on stuff together. Or is that not happening anymore?
Oh my gosh.
Long story. How did you? We don't got to get into it. We don't got to get
Yeah,
into
no,
it.
it's gotta be
Just
on
like,
a
yes, like
private
that.
call. Private
Okay,
call.
no worries, no worries.
Well, I'm
But,
here for you, Trisha.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, Jeremy
know
has
you are. I
his
love you,
strategy
girl.
already is better than 99% of the
Jeremy,
agents
let me
that I've
follow you
heard.
real quick. What's your IG?
It's Ginger. My IG is Ginger. Or my YouTube is Ginger Maya. GingerMiah. And my IG handle. Let's see. That
You said
is
Ginger Maya.
Wait. Yeah, Ginger Maya's YouTube.
Oh, okay. There's one on Instagram too, but I guess that's not you. Okay.
Probably not me. Then
What is it?
there's on let's see, what is this? J Wade Redbeard. That's my Instagram, my
How do you spell
IG.
it?
Send it to me. How do you spell it?
It's JWadeBeard. So J Wade and then just Redbeard.
Send it to me.
Jay Wade, Jeremiah Wade.
Yeah, that's that might be one of them, dude. I've got a lot of them. Jeremiah Wade is me, but J Wade Redbeard is that IG handle.
Okay.
And then I've got my golf
You
one,
with
but
the
that's completely different.
full beard, ginger beard.
John NNLOC.
I followed you, Sue. Are you gonna follow me back?
Perfect. Well, of course. Why not?
Okay, cool. I mean, you tell me. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm not the person to ask whenever you want to figure out why not. I'm the person to ask when you want to figure out why.
I like that.
There you go.
I like that.
Wow.
He's selling already. That's cool.
Yes.
Listen, it's not something I can really turn off at this point. It's just kind of how I live my life. It's
I like
always
that.
just
That's
fun,
good.
you know.
I like
once
that.
once you're a killer, man,
Don't turn
wherever
it
whatever
off.
industry you're at, it's just going to be applied the same applied principles of like
Here.
intensity and skill, communication. Everything's going to work out.
Is everyone going to
Yeah, I believe
conference
you
here?
shared. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is everyone going to conference? Are you going to conference?
Yes, my two new little babies are going, Jeremy and
Okay.
Pierce.
Oh, I
They're
love
gonna
it.
be there.
I'm gonna be able.
Oh
to
yeah,
meet
I've already
everybody.
rented a BMW 6 Series.
Nice.
I
Right
like
in the
that.
streets of Miami with it.
Turo's awesome, dude. I'm not lying. It's awesome.
It
It
is
really
clutch.
is.
It's clutch until someone claims that you damaged their car and you have to pay $500 and there's no investigation.
That's why you've got a great camera and you'd go around it before you pick it up while it's in the parking lot where you're picking it up.
wow.
Always
solve-
got to
solving
cover your own
problems.
butt.
It's never happened to
That's-
me. Just friends of mine have had just unsavory experiences with Turo.
Yeah,
It's
that
tough.
is tough, but I mean it's funny you say problem solver. That I tell all my clients for my whenever they buy a car from me, I'm not a car salesman. I'm a professional problem solver. You tell me what you want, I tell you how close to that I can get.
I like that. I like that.
Any
Yeah, but
so as a brand new
don't you have a whole disclaimer with your own insurance and their insurance that you buy? I mean, how much can not be covered at that point?
So they
I
have
think they got
different.
their own.
You can do
Like-
a basic package. It's like where your deductible is 500 with Toro, or you can do the
Yeah.
minimum where you pay up to like 3,000. But like Jeremy was saying, like whenever I've rented, I've always done a full walk around video of the vehicle, pointed every little thing, and I sent the owner of the video. I was like,
Mhm.
hey, all this stuff's on the car, and they're usually like, oh yeah, I know.
Okay, cool. Good tip. Yeah, it's never happened to me. I just
Good tip.
So before we wrap this up, any for Jeremy, that's 1 week into the company. Anything you want to learn or know, or any specific question that you'd like to ask for us as far as contracting, field, products, marketing, contracting?
Well, there are tons of questions, but I feel as though there are some sources I need to go through before I start asking questions, because I'm sure through these trainings, a lot of my questions will be answered. Like I said, I just got that test done a week ago, and I'm still actively in another sales job. So of course that's taken a good amount of my time. Like today, I didn't plan on going on this call, but Pierre's like, just get in there. Like I was on lunch. He's like, just hop in there. You don't need to, you can mute yourself and not show the video. Just get in there and listen. And so,
Yeah, so-
I think really that's
I'll give
how
you-
I need to do that. But
Okay,
Sorry,
I'll give
go
you a guideline then. So you're probably still waiting for your license then, huh?
no, I've got my license. And
Okay.
I've actually I applied for the contract with AIG in Omaha this morning after I passed the money laundering test this
Yeah.
morning.
Did you do that through Sure LC?
Missouri's pretty quick.
Yeah, I did it through Shore LLC and
You're not
Web
supposed to.
CD or something.
No, you're supposed to do that through Limra. You're gonna do it again.
No, cool. Well, I got 100% on it, so I'm sure I'll be able to pass.
Yeah, no, it's just AML stands for anti-money laundering. It's just to make sure that every agent knows not to accept like drug money from clients. Nothing where they
or don't ask them if it's drug money.
what's that?
And don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to, right?
We got a cop in here. Never mind. Sorry.
So they actually, I'm
You're
having
muted.
my quarterly like this Thursday, but we're supposed to get snow, but I'm not gonna act like we're gonna have snow, but we're gonna have a luncheon and then we're gonna have training for the rest of the day. So I have some new ones that are coming, but
That's
he'll get a
awesome.
lot. He'll get a lot Thursday. But part of my new training is there is
That's
no
awesome.
training. It's called you have to go be active for 2 weeks, 12 hours a day, and then come back and ask me what you don't know.
That works.
I like
That
it.
way, you know what I mean? Like that's the first training I got. I'm just
That
kidding,
works.
Pierce. I'm not gonna do that to you.
But hey, if you guys
I survived
make
by
sure
being
you guys
thrown
are
to the
added
wolves
on GroupMe.
anyway. Yep, I'm already on there, and I saw a post that you actually shared not too long ago about just getting in front of people, and that's transferable in all sales things. Just getting in front of it's all a numbers game. You get in front of 10 people, you're more likely to sell something than you are with just 1 or 2 people.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yep, that's right.
Cool. Anybody else have any questions before we wrap up?
How do you do as a new agent? How do you set up your calls? Is there a way that you want us to just do call tools where you just get all these random dials, or would you say that we can actually use our phone and just dial?
So it's dependent on your leads and your lead strategy, right? Depends on how many leads do you have to call and dial. So we have agents that like to use phone burner and call tools because they're buying aged leads. For example, one of the companies I use, Age Lead Store, I could buy 500 leads for $1.50 each, their final expense. So would you rather hand manual dial 500 leads or have a call tool to do it, right? Or we have agents that do final expense, mortgage protection, that are mailers. You got like Darren that does that. He gets like 12 leads. Do you need your call tools to do so? He's paying for a higher quality type lead because they're ranging from $70 to $100. That one you can individually call. You can even text them the picture they've mailed back. So it depends on your
I
lead
like
strategy.
that. I like that because I notice when I'm listening in on everyone's calls, I notice that they can go through like 100 calls, but yet only get about 6 out of that 100, and then it's done. I'm like, well, you didn't talk to 100 people.
Exactly. So the call
It's
tool
kinda-
is just for allowing you to dial and bypass the voicemails and redialing and tapping the numbers in. So it saves you those times. So it depends on
Okay.
your lead strategy.
Have you
And not only that,
go
oh, I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well,
Jeremy.
just with any sort of leads, don't just call once. That's another thing that's huge in my industry currently, is that people will call lead one time and then give up. I had a customer I've been emailing for like a month, came in 2 days ago and ordered a $70,000 Wrangler.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you just keep sending, be consistent, be that crazy ex that just keeps calling them. I mean, really, that's it. Make them tell you no. Don't say no.
It keeps bugging you till you buy something from them.
Yeah.
By the way, Pierce, we need to talk.
And
They say 7. They say 7 rings before you get a contact. So think about that. That's the average.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to
wow.
keep.
Okay.
That's part of anything. I mean, you could get them first try. You could get them after 14, right? But you just
Yeah.
got to keep calling until you get a hit. I mean, the old company that we are from, we only got depending on if you had a cool manager, but I didn't. I only got leads every 2 weeks, and there were like 30 leads, right? So you had to just keep hammering, right? So the nice thing is there's more control here, right? So you can kind of dictate your amount of calling that you want to do. There's call tools where they just automatically do it for you, or there's like more aggressive leads that are more expensive, but you don't have to call them as much. So it just depends on your strategy.
Yeah, but the most important thing is just getting your mind right. You're calling because you're looking to help these people that requested help. So
I just want to hear the no.
position.
I'm like, I want to hear the no's. I want to hear, how you say, well, how many no's?
Let's get on the joint elite dials.
Yeah.
That's an ongoing thing. We're building that up. We're getting more. We want more people in it so that you can see people get turned down, but you can also see people that are working. So we're gonna wrap it up.
I'd like to do that.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you guys next week on next Monday.
Peace.
Have a good one.